Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mystery Channel 33. I am Tatiana. I'm here with some more missing women, children, and men cases. I'm here to break the codes if I see any. I'm here to see where their bodies are located if they know. And I'm also here to see if they're alive, deceased, bodysuit exchange, ethnicity, or misidentity. You obviously should know who's involved, so let's begin. This is the last week for decaf tests, so let's begin. We were talking about a young woman named Rose Marie Bly. This is how she looks. This could be the suspect, which it is. And it's a tattoo of a cherry. Okay, that she could have. So let's begin. She has been missing since August the 21st, 2009 from St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. She is classified as endangered missing. Her sex is female. Her race is white. Her date of birth is September the 16th, 1987. She would have been 37 years old. When she went missing, she was 21 years old. This is who my daughter Tamara Murray was talking about on the reel. Her height and weight is 5'0", and her weight is 110 pounds. The clothing and jewelry description she had on: a white tank top, a green V-neck shredder, blue jeans, and flip-flop sandals. The associated vehicle that is associated with her is a white 2001 Pontiac Grand M with a Wisconsin license plate numbered 535 capitalized MAB accounted for. Her distinction characteristics is Caucasian female, light brown hair, brown eyes. Bai has a tattoo of red cherries on the outside of her right ankle. I'm hearing who. A photo of the tattoo is posted with the case summary. Her ears and navel are pierced. She frequently changes the length and style of her hair. At the time of her disappearance, her hair was cut in a shin-length bob. She may color her hair blonde or red, okay? So something regarding Adam Housley and his wife and his side piece. Okay. Details of disappearance. So they was all trafficking over there. Bai was last seen in St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin at 7:30 p.m. on August the 21st, 2009. She went to school with my daughter. She left her home in the 2300 block of River Road to travel 4 or 5 miles to Cushing, Wisconsin to meet a cousin at a bar. She was driving a white 2001 Pontiac Grand M with a Wisconsin license plate numbered 535 capitalized MAB. Sometime that night, Bai contacted her husband and said she'd be home by midnight, which was his side piece that contacted her, so I guess she didn't want her no more in the house. She never arrived in Cushing, however, and has never been heard from again. Bai's car was found in a parking lot near a post office in Grantsburg, Wisconsin, 5 days after her disappearance. The lot is normally used by semi-truck drivers to park their tractor trailers. The car was damaged, there was no evidence of foul play, and the keys was missing. We do got it in custody now. Grantsburg is about 30 miles from St. Croix and 15 miles from Cushing. So she was strangled. Bai has family living there and she graduated from Grantsburg High School. Bai left behind a husband and 2 daughters under the age of 2. True, she doesn't have any credit or debit cards, and she left home with very little money. Bai's husband filed for divorce 3 weeks after her disappearance and sought a court order to prevent her from returning and taking the children, which we also got that he made. They could for money from the corporate America. They had married in February 2009. No, he did not. Their relationship was troubled and police was called to the home at least once to intervene in a domestic violence incident. True. Bai's husband accused her of slapping him, and she accused her of putting her in a headlock and banging her head on the ground. True. Okay. Some regarding that Webby song, okay? So they trying to okay, but it wasn't him. It was his side piece and his bodysuit. Okay, but his hand's still on it though. Okay, something regarding a STD. Okay, he had previously filed for divorce in June 2009, but withdrew the filing after he and Bob reconciled. See, because he couldn't get the money. Her husband passed the polygraph, and he isn't considered a suspect in her disappearance because his side piece was in his bodysuit, okay? His divorce petition was granted in 2010, and he had sole custody of their daughters, who his other side pieces. Bai fell off a horse a week before her disappearance. She told her mother she was having headaches after the incident, and her mother advised her to see a doctor. But there's no evidence she ever did. See? Some people on the STD, okay, that she really didn't have. Okay, she didn't have, though. Bai's mother speculated her daughter became disoriented due to her injury and wandered away. There is no evidence to support any theory, however. In June 2021, Bai's 5-year-old daughter, 5-year-old niece Summer Wells disappeared from her home in Tennessee and has never been found. The two cases are not thought to be related. Both remain unsolved, okay? Okay? I will. Investigating agencies is Polk County Sheriff's Department, 715-485-8300. We got all their phones in custody and it is ringing. Source information: Wisconsin Clearinghouse for Missing and Exploited Children and Adults, which is from the other team. They phones. The country, how you know? The Country Messenger, WOOW 18. The St. Paul Pioneer Press, Name Us, WSOW 19, capitalized. Federal Bureau of Investigation, and the Driving Wire. Yeah, because she was connected to my daughter. It has been updated 8 times since October the 12th, 2004. Last updated June the 16th, 2022. Details of disappearance has been updated. Now let's see about Summer Wells. This is a child. Okay. Her name is Summer Moon Utah Wells, that I will put in the description in the video as well. Okay, how she looks. Okay, this how she would have looked it, or this somebody's involved. Okay, so a kid. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put a picture in the description in the thumbnail as well. Okay, a kid that's part of that team has her body. Okay, we need that back. Thank you. Okay, she just did. She has been missing since June the 15th, 2021. She is missing from Roseville, Tennessee. She is classified as endangered missing. Her sex is female. Her race is white. Her date of birth is February the 4th, 2016. She would have been 9 years old. When she went missing, she was 5 years old. Her height and weight is 3 inches and 40 pounds. Her clothing and jewelry description that she had on was a pink shirt, gray pants or shorts, and possibly no shoes or socks. Okay, so some regarding a fake robbery, okay, of her being on the streets. Okay, like in the movie Honey. Associated vehicles: red or maroon 1998 to 2000 Toyota Tacoma with a full bed, ladder rack, and white buckets in the bed. Okay. So I mean, I guess that's about the car. Distinction characteristics is Caucasian female, blonde hair, and blue eyes. Details of disappearance of Summer was last seen at her home in the 100 block of Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek area of Rogerville, Tennessee, between 5:30 and about 6:30 p.m. on June 15, 2021. Okay, so she was somewhere in Arkansas. Okay, down here. Okay, it's a church called the Beach. It's a church over there in Arkansas called Beach Street, and one of the pastors had to go to court on this. I remember he was telling us about this. Okay, we do got in our system. Okay, her older brothers, yes, he is deceased, said she went down into the basement to play and they never saw her after that. She has never been heard from again. Her family says she simply disappeared without anyone seeing or hearing anything out of the ordinary. An intensive search turned up no sign of her. Although search dogs tracked her since through the woods at the end of Ben Hill Road, his name is Ben, the pastor. 11 days after Summer disappeared, authorities asked the public for information about a truck that had been seen in the area in the later afternoon to early evening hours of June the 14th and June the 15th. The truck is described as a red or maroon 1998 to 2000 Toyota Tacoma with a full bed ladder rack and white buckets in the bed. Okay, yeah, a car like that you can't fit no bed in that. You can't fit no bed in a car like that. Okay, I had a car like that before, so no. The vehicle and its driver have not been identified, which is his side piece, Bunny. Authorities stated the driver isn't a suspect, but they want to talk to the person. Okay, nah, it's the pastor. But they want to talk to the person and find out what they know and what they might have seen, which is on the episode of The People's Court. Okay. Summer's family was investigated for possible involvement in her disappearance. The family that she was trafficked into. There have been domestic violence issues between her parents, Donald Wells and Claudius By, and Donald had been arrested for domestic violence on multiple occasions. So they were guarding Rose. He and Adam. He stated he was at work when Summer disappeared, and Candace and Candace's mother, Candus, had all passed polygraphs about Summer's disappearance. For unclear reasons, Summer's three older brothers, aged between 7 and 12 years old, was removed from the family home. I'm hearing yes about the real mama by the Tennessee Department of Children's Service about a month after Summer's disappearance. That is a movie I showed y'all. Yes. After their removal, police questioned them about the case. Yes. They also interviewed people who had stayed at the home in the months prior to Summer's disappearance. Authorities haven't named anybody as a suspect in Summer's case. Donald stated he believes his daughter was abducted by someone outside the family. Okay, both times. Okay, yes. Okay. That's how they do it, okay? Summer's aunt, Rose By, disappeared from Wisconsin in 2009 and has never been found. And yes, she was caring for her. The two cases are not thought to be related. Both remain unsolved. Yes, like me and Tika, okay? The investigating agency is Hawkins County Sheriff's Office 423-272-7121. Source information is the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, Name Us, Facebook page for Summer Wells, Fox 17, WYMT, The King Sports Times News, and WJHL. Okay, this case has been updated 2 times since October the 12th, 2004. Last updated June the 14th, 2023. Age progression has been added. Okay, that's all the information they have on these two young women, on this young woman and the young child. If you'd like to help with this case, you can. I don't do this for the fame or the money. I do it because this is what I love to do. And to the real families of the victims, corporate America will set y'all up. Thank you, peace, and be safe. Yes.